Hello and welcome to another Film Room Sunday. So today I will be going through just a few announcements before I do get back into it. I have been away just due to some personal things going on, but I do want to get into my Beyond the Game program. So this program is for college students as well as high school and middle school students. So this is going to be used across the DC, Maryland, and Virginia region. The first kickoff meeting is going to be virtual. This program is meant to have a lot of brand building, so like who each athlete is as a person and who they're building up to be, and also leadership development as well as media training and resume and portfolio building opportunities. So this isn't just a limited program where you're just going to be talking about mindset or even just how to progress as an athlete, but you'll also get mentorship from players from across the region. Again, I do aim to have players across from PWIs to HBCUs, just have that variety. So if you are one of those players or you know any of those players, please do let them know that the first kickoff will be on October 5th around or at 5 p.m. So please let that be known. It will be just I get to know the different rules and just different things to know. If you are under the age of 18, let your parents know that you're interested in doing this, as it is going to be a region-wide program. So if you do have any questions, please DM me through my Instagram as you've seen in the intro. And to sign up, if you are interested, you can go to, not that one, my website. It will be on my homepage, and you'll select this one here. The ticket is only just for accountability and just to know who's coming and who's going to be present at the event. Again, this is just so you guys can plan ahead. So, everything that you need to know is here. And this is the schedule for those that need an itinerary. And then to get tickets, again, just go one for you. So in order to buy tickets, just make sure it is one per. So if you are a middle school athlete, just make sure you select one. If you're a high school athlete, make sure you select one. So just so I can make sure I get a decent count on numbers. Again, there's a limited number between each level to make sure that there is adequate amount of peer mentors to peer mentees. And then from there, you just click on here and check out. And then you're just going to input your name and email, and then I'll add in any additional information once you have fulfilled your ticket requirements, so I know who's coming and the different processes. And now we're going to move on to the exciting part, which is Film Room Sunday. So we're going to start with Florida State, which had a lot of upsets. There was a lot of work calls, but again, I was there to see my sister as well as just a lot of things that happened for UVA. They were very at it and they kept going, they kept the energy. So we'll just walk through some of their clips. And they very much limited their punt or kick returns a lot in the game. So that was just something that I wouldn't say was a disadvantage, but it wasn't an advantage as well. Since I was with family, I did it for a little bit. near the end of the first quarter, so we're just gonna skip around. Yep, he went for the sack. And so I'm trying to find a particular clip where um FSU had went in for a touchdown, but then it got pulled back because of a ref call. Yeah, this one UVA didn't even try with the defense. There was no grounds to uh close up that route. There's just straight opening on that run play. Well, also, just gonna skip ahead here. Obviously the rough calls were in the FSU team's favor. There were teams I did want to see in person just because of Last Chance U, one of the players, with Coach Brown had been in that season. It was Malik Henry. So I think it was up here. Yeah, just because of attitude problems. Also, I had heard other things about it, but just because his demeanor, of course, he decided to transfer out. He wasn't necessarily kicked out, but definitely suspended. So that's just something that has been seen with Malik. I don't think he's playing currently due to, I think, injuries he's sustained over time. And then next, we're just going to look into Utah just because of a particular player. So in this one, um, Bryce Duke is a transfer watch that I've been keeping an eye on since he was at ODU with the Monarchs. They had their kickoff, then did their run plays, then passed, and did about one, two, three, four, three run plays, and they also went ahead and into a pass play. And this one was an easy walk in to touchdown somewhere here. Yeah, this one. The 2-yard touchdown, which could have also been a 2-yard conversion. And you can see up here that they maintained their defense. They had very good management. This was after Devin Dampier had came out of his injury, I believe. And as far as I've seen, as far as speculation, there has been some QB problems, which I'm not gonna entertain too much since well yes, that was an issue. Briefly, I don't know how long it will sustain, but they did have their hiccup with Texas Tech, and then they will be playing it again against Arizona State. With they are playing away. No, they're playing at home. Sorry about that. Yep, they're playing at home. Then they got BYU next. As far as the season's concerned, they have been a very good, high rising team. I don't see any issues other than the like they had that minor QB problem. I'm not gonna elaborate too much on that as I've been kind of out of it, but also not really just because of school and exams. Um, Again, in terms of the Beyond the Game program, please do comment or DM me on Instagram and I will answer any questions if you do have any questions about just these games recently. I did go to the Florida State versus UVA game as a spectator, not necessarily as media, just because I wanted to have that experience and just love seeing the games in person. So it's just a great experience just to have that experience at all. Um, but other than that, I really don't have any major concerns. Just looking forward. I think about Colorado. Again, it's also in favor of Utah, but I'm not too concerned. As long as Devin stays healthy and also the running backs stay healthy, I believe it will be a very good season for these rising players and this rising team as Utah is garnering its respect in the Big 12 for mid-major. Other than that, I don't have too much else to say. So, see y'all then. And I hope you have a nice day and stay safe.